Think you know all the terrifying dinosaurs? T-Rex, sure. Velociraptor, of course. But those are just the celebrities. The red carpet monsters, the real nightmares, they're the ones you've never heard of. The ones with scythe hands, humps, claws, and feathers. The ones that don't make it into Jurassic Park, but probably should have. So today, we're going deeper into the shadows of prehistory, into the freak show of evolution. These are the top 5 most terrifying dinosaurs you've never heard of. And we're starting with number 5. 5. Concavenator, the hunchback hunter meat. Concavenator corcovatus, discovered in Spain, 2010. At first glance, just another mid-sized theropod. But then, you notice the hump right behind its hips, a tall, bony ridge sticking straight up, like a shark fin on a land predator. Why is it there? Nobody's sure. Some say it stored fat, like a camel. Others think it was for mating displays or pure intimidation. But here's where it gets creepier. Its arms, they've got bumpy little knobs, structures that might have held primitive feathers. Yup, this thing may have been part lizard, part bird, a scaled killer with a quilled mane. It lived about 130 million years ago, stalking ancient Spain's forests, fast, agile, razor-toothed. It wasn't the biggest, about 6 meters long, but it didn't need to be. Imagine something sprinting toward you out of the brush, with claws, teeth, and a hump flaring behind it like a banner of death. A feathered freak, a hunchback hunter, and yeah, that's nightmare fuel. 4. Dakotaraptor. The pack hunter meet Dakotaraptor, discovered in the Badlands of South Dakota, 2015. At first glance, just a big, scary raptor. But this one was a whole different level of nightmare. It stood nearly 5 meters long, bigger than a velociraptor, with sharp, curved claws that could rip through flesh and bone. But what made it truly terrifying? It hunted in packs. Yeah, coordinated, tactical hunters, like wolves of the Cretaceous. Imagine being out in the open and suddenly, multiple Dakotaraptors appear from the shadows. Fast, smart, deadly. Scientists think their feathers made them even quieter. Silent killers, stalking prey with terrifying efficiency. It lived about 66 million years ago, right before the mass extinction wiped out the dinosaurs. And even with all that time to evolve, it still perfected the art of the hunt. A pack hunter with claws sharp as razors? You wouldn't want to meet that in the wild. 3. Therizinosaurus, the nightmare with scythe. Meet Therizinosaurus, discovered in Mongolia, 1948. At first glance, just some weird dinosaur with giant claws. But then, you see the claws, each finger bone over 3 feet long. Claws like deadly scythes. For decades, scientists thought it was a predator. But here's the twist. It probably ate plants. Why would a plant eater need claws like that? To tear down branches? To defend itself? No one knows for sure. It had a long neck, a pot belly, and maybe feathers. Yeah, feathers. Picture a sloth, mixed with a giant bird, with claws that could slice through flesh. It lived about 70 million years ago. Not fast, not agile, but a walking nightmare. A giant, clawed, feathered freak. And yeah, that's nightmare fuel. 2. Giganotosaurus, the giant killer. Meet Giganotosaurus, discovered in Argentina, 1993. At first glance, it looks like a T-Rex's bigger cousin, but this thing was a true giant, over 13 meters long, weighing up to 8 tons. It roamed the late Cretaceous, hunting massive prey, like the enormous Argentinosaurus. Its skull was huge, jaws packed with razor-sharp teeth, perfect for crushing bone. But here's what makes it terrifying. It was faster than you'd expect for its size. A giant built for speed. Imagine a skyscraper running at full sprint, chasing down other giant dinosaurs. It didn't roar in movies, but it probably had a terrifying call. With its size, speed, and jaws, it was the top predator of its time. A giant killer, built for death. 1. Spinosaurus, the river monster meet Spinosaurus, discovered in Egypt and Morocco, early 20th century. At first glance, it looks like a T-Rex with a giant sail on its back. But this thing was unlike any other dinosaur. It was the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever discovered, longer and heavier than T-Rex. Its skull was crocodile-like, perfect for catching fish. It lived both on land and in water, a semi-aquatic predator ruling rivers and lakes. Its massive sail probably helped regulate body temperature or attract mates. Scientists still debate its lifestyle, but one thing's certain. This was a monster you didn't want to meet in the water. It lived about 100 million years ago, a terrifying hybrid of dinosaur and crocodile. Spinosaurus, the river monster of prehistory. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into some of the scariest dinosaurs you've probably never heard of, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss any of our future prehistoric adventures. Got a favorite dinosaur you want us to cover? Drop it in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of the ancient world. See you soon.